You're listening to the Spark Radio Network, Internet radio like you've never heard before. Innovation, creativity, and imagination are all said to begin with a spark. So fasten your seatbelt and take the ride of your life and listen for the spark.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Hey, this is John Preston, Marine Combat Veteran and Pacific Records recording artist. Just reaching out to have you check out our new album, Battle Cry, Songs of America's Heroes, an album featuring phenomenal other combat veteran artists like Scott Brown of the Scooter Brown Band, Ryan Weaver, Rowdy Johnson, just an incredible mix of people. This is all veterans telling our stories and our lives, and we're giving 100% of our proceeds to the Valkyrie Initiative to help veterans and first responders integrate back into society. I myself have battled with post-traumatic stress for many years and lost my own brother, a Marine Corps veteran, to suicide. I ask that you step with us and make this happen. We are in pre-order right now and release on March 17th. Go to iTunes, go to Amazon, buy. We plan on making the charts and making it at a very high level, and your support right now makes a difference. This is the release of my new song, Superman Falls, which is actually about the loss of my own brother, which happened last year, and I would love for everyone to check it out, to listen, and hopefully it'll make a difference in many lives.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-553-8687. That's 800-553-8687. Again, 800-553-8687. 687.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it. There to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
Sometimes riders feel lost, unsure why a passage may not be working. It takes another set of eyes to help us nurture our writing into full maturity. At Black Wolf Editorial Services, we strive to enable writers to develop and grow, offering manuscript critiques and line edits through a mentoring editorial style. We also offer assistance on generating a writer's bio for your websites. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For a full list of services, visit blackwolfeditorial.com.
Here's George Foreman with InventHelp.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp has been helping inventors for more than 30 years and has sales offices nationwide. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas. If you have an idea and want to try to patent it and submit it to companies, you should call InventHelp today for free information.
Listen, I can't guarantee a company will be interested in your idea, but I believe every inventor deserves the opportunity to step into the ring and take their best shot. Put InventHelp in your corner.
Get your free inventor's information. Call 1-800-353-6490. That's 1-800-353-6490. Again, 1-800-353-6490.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
You're listening to the Spark Radio Network, Internet radio like you've never heard before. Innovation, creativity, and imagination are all said to begin with a spark. So fasten your seatbelt and take the ride of your life and listen for the spark.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Welcome to We Don't Have Cookies, where possibilities are possible. Here's your host, Jason Marshall.
How's it going, everybody? Thanks for downloading the podcast. The curse of the show continues. On the last episode, I said that the curse of the show was back, and I was stupid enough to say that I would be back with Benny Mac for the Dumbass of the Year episode. For new listeners, the curse of the show is any time that I announce a guest ahead of time or just something I want to take place on the podcast. It never happens. Been that way for 2 years. So, when I said that Benny was going to be on the next episode, we all should have known something bad was going to happen. I'm not sure what's going on with Benny. I sent him a couple messages and I didn't hear back from him. Hopefully he'll be on the show soon and we'll catch up then. Speaking of the curse of the show, I have a voicemail from Reverend Dwight McCormick, the preacher and comedian who I invited on to bless the show to help lift the curse. It might be a good time to have him back on the show. Anyway, here he is.
Hi, this is Dwight McCormick. I'm a pastor and a comic, so you better download the latest episode of We Don't Have Cookies or I'll pray that God will smite you. Granted, I don't necessarily have that kind of pull, and God's nature is merciful and slow to anger and abounding in steadfast love, but why take any chances?
If you're listening to this on the day it comes out, it's my wedding anniversary and the day of the lunar eclipse. My wife and I have been married for 13 years now. We met through a mutual friend that we worked with, and it was, I almost didn't even meet her. I was sitting at my house. I was very drunk, laying on the couch. It was probably, 9 or 10. And I get a phone call from our mutual friend saying that she had somebody with her that wanted to meet me. And I really didn't know what to expect. So I called my friend Aaron. And I told him, hey, I'm going out. I'm going to meet these chicks. I'm not sure if I want to, so give me a call in about a half an hour, just in case, to get me out of there. That whole thing that most people do when they go on a blind date that they're not sure about. I end up meeting her, and I was so drunk when I met her, I actually thought she was Asian. And if anybody has ever seen my wife, she is a very white German woman. Nothing Asian about her. So I must have been incredibly drunk that night. We ended up getting along. My friend Aaron called. Obviously, we ended up getting along. But my friend Aaron called, and I told him not to worry about it. 2 months later, me and her got married. So that's how all that went down. And since today is my anniversary, here's a song by Chad Neidt about the pros and cons of marriage.
Before we start this conversation, I want to say I love you.
No matter what happens, I love you too.
But for 4 years we've been dating,
and all our married friends are waiting
for us to cross over to the dark side. But we shouldn't just get married, 'cause we feel pressure to.
We should do it to get a crock pot that's brand new.
What?
Kidding. This is a big decision, and we both must follow through.
And once I have a ring, I can no longer cheat on you.
What?
Kidding. The best way to find out if getting married is right or wrong is by making a list of pros and cons.
This one's pretty shallow. It might sound kind of sick, but I'd love to get hundreds of likes on my engagement pic.
Don't worry about being shallow. My pro is also dumb. It's that you have a better job and we'd have shared income.
After years of bridesmaid dresses, our day would be a must for friends to come together and make it about me.
Us. We'd also get a tax break and we could buy a home. But best of all, our parents would leave us the fuck alone.
The fuck alone.
The figgity fuck alone.
The fuck alone.
No more calls from your mom.
Did you just say my mom?
I think I said my mom.
I think you meant your mom.
I guess I meant my mom.
Your mom. Should we do it? It feels pretty right to me.
Should we do it? Feels like we both agree.
Let's do it.
We'll fit into society.
Should we do it? Let's get married. Should we do it? Get down on one knee.
Should we do it? Will you marry me? Let's do it.
For the rest of our lives.
Hanging all of the time.
Just me and you.
Or maybe 3.
That sounds kinky.
I meant a baby.
Oh.
What did you mean?
Nothing.
I've been asking for years.
Please don't go there.
It's about compromise.
I was making a joke.
You were making a joke?
Yes,
really?
I was just making a joke. You know,
it
you
didn't
asked
sound
me
like a
times
joke. It
and
sounded
it's
pretty
never
real
gonna
to me.
happen.
It's never going to happen? You're not going to bend on this at all. Come on, always no. Right now I think you're perfect, none of your flaws show. But I'm afraid that down the line you might let yourself go.
Of course I'll put on weight. You're lucky you're a male. Because the year before we wed, my diet will be kale. That's all.
Another thing that scares me is we'll be way off course. And by the time we're married, all our friends could be divorced.
It's gonna be a lot of stress, we'll have no money after, and this eliminates my chances of getting on. The Bachelor.
The Bachelorette.
For me it'd be The Bachelor.
But for me, The Bachelorette.
I think it's on tonight.
Did you set the DVR?
Of course I did.
That's why I love you.
I love you too. Should we do it? I wanna be on The Bachelor.
Should we do it? I was joking, but I'm considering the option now.
You should do it. I always said you'd be good on the show.
We should do it. Let's be on The Bachelorette.
Should we do it? All joking aside.
Should we do it? Why is this so hard? If we do it, what does that even mean?
Nothing.
But also something.
For the rest of our lives.
Hanging all of the time.
Just me and you.
Just you and I.
And I like your mom.
And I like your mom too. Before we start this conversation, I want to say I love you. What are we gonna do?
My youngest daughter's school was canceled due to the solar eclipse, which is annoying for 2 reasons. One, I was hoping to spend the afternoon alone with my wife since she took the day off of work, and we spent the weekend hanging out in Columbus with our kids. So we never got any alone time for the anniversary. And 2, I get that the eclipse can mess up your vision. I totally understand that, but it just seems like today's society, we have to hold everybody's hand all the way through life, and there's no way in hell I would have got the day off of school back in the day. As a matter of fact, I remember going to school on a day when we had a solar eclipse, and they handed us glasses, and we all watched it out in the parking lot. So I wasn't happy about that. Things have changed a lot, though, and I understand. You know, you don't want kids going outside and staring at it. I guess there was a thing where it's going to be during the time that they're getting bused home, and they won't have as much supervision on the bus. So I sort of get it, but on the other hand, it's pretty annoying. Another thing that was canceled recently is the stand-up show. It was supposed to be last Saturday, which was going to be today's episode, and I had to reschedule the show due to my anniversary. My wife wanted us to hang out in Columbus with the kids and do some things, and the club never got back to me on a date. So I don't know when the next stand-up show is, or if there'll be one. Hopefully there will be. I'll keep everybody updated. If you live in the area, I'd love to see you out. If we have one. This week's segments are a reverse prank phone call from Mike Canestaro as Betty Sue, and fake advice for new comics by Dave Nelson, who will be on the show soon to talk about his upcoming appearance at the Kansas City Comedy Festival. So stay tuned for that, unless the curse of the show is going to nix that appearance too. And if you live in the area, make sure you go watch him on stage.
Hello?
Hey, Christine, this is Xavier. Can play with medallion?
Yeah, a medallion. I like medallions. Hello?
Well, yes, ma'am, I'm still here.
Yes, hello.
Yes, I'm with...
Oh, thank you for your competing. They are not home.
Oh, they're not home?
This is Betty Sue. I watch the cats and feed the pumpkin plants.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just call back at a more convenient time. Thank you.
Okay, they're in Bolivia.
Oh, okay. I'll call back then.
I might take a while. The insurgents are really making headways.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you so much. You
Okay. Bless your heart, son.
Thank you.
All right, now.
Bye-bye.
Hello?
And now, Comedy A Go-Go presents Fake Advice for New Comics.
Success will come once you move to a new scene.
Want to contact the show? Send an email to jason@wedon'thavecookies.com or call 929-266-9342 and leave a voicemail.
I really would like to hear from you guys. It makes my day when I do. Sometimes it might take me a little while, but I do reply to everyone who sends me an email. But I would also like some voicemails to play on the show too. And don't worry, if you call in and you mess something up, you can call back, try again. I won't make fun of you or play it on the show unless you want me to. And that leads us to this week's Dumbass of the Year. This week's Dumbass of the Year is me. For knowing the curse of the show was back and announcing Benny Mac was going to be on today anyway was pretty fucking stupid. And it took me a while to get things fixed. I said I was having technical issues last week. That was pretty bad too. So I am this week's Dumbass of the Year. I don't normally bring this up, but if you could, please consider donating to the show. I had some technical issues last week, and if I had a few bucks to help me fix things like that quicker when they happen, it would be really nice. So if you've ever gotten any enjoyment out of the show, please consider it. You can donate as little or as much as you want. It all adds up, and it's all appreciated. Just go to wedon'thavecookies.com, scroll to the bottom of the page, click that donate button, and there's also an option to make it a reoccurring donation too. That's it for this episode. I apologize for having another short show. I was going to make it a this month's Dumbass of the Year episode, but it's more fun when there's somebody else on the show to do that with, so I'm going to have that out on Thursday. If nobody's here by then, I don't want to jinx things by announcing anybody, but if I can't get a guest to come in, I'll do that one solo too. What the hell? So, that's it for this episode. Thanks for downloading the show. Please keep spreading the word and supporting the show. I know it's kind of trying times, but after 150 some episodes, I think you know that it's here to stay. So I really appreciate everybody's support. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for listening. Tell your friends about the show and leave a review. See you next time.
Well, KLRN radio listeners, that was the end of Monday's episode. What you're going to hear next is an episode called We Only Have Hotdogs, where Mama Kate joined me after a guest no-showed for the third time. We talk about opening a restaurant chain to compete with Sonic, rabbit holes leading to unknown caves, weird geography talk, and more. It was a fun show. I hope you like it. I will be back tomorrow with a brand new episode with my friend all the way from New Zealand, the one and only Benny Mac, to crown a Dumbass of the Year for July. You don't want to miss that. And while I'm addressing you radio listeners, I want to thank each and every one of you for listening. This show is primarily a podcast, but I don't take any of you listening here for granted, and I want to make sure you know that. I'd love to hear from you guys. You can send emails to jason@wedon'thavecookies.com. It might take me a little while, but I do my best to reply to everybody who contacts me. You can also call 929-266-9342 and leave a voicemail. I'll play your voicemail on the show if you want, and don't worry if you call and mess something up. Just call back until you get it right. I won't bring it up or make fun of you, and I would love to have something from you to play on the show, even if it's just calling in to say hi or you like the show. If you call in to say you hate it, probably won't put it on the show. Well, I hope you're having a great weekend. I'm going to stop gabbing so you can start laughing.
Welcome to We Don't Have Cookies with your host, Jason Marshall.
Welcome to We Don't Have Cookies. I'm your host, Sweet Daddy J. Joining me is Mama Kate. How you doing?
Good, Sweet Daddy J. That's never going to catch on.
It just did. Now that you've said it.
Yeah, I'm the trend maker.
People around the country are just...
Yes.
There was another one I came up with. What was it? It was like it was something really stupid, like Daddy Magic or
Daddy Magic.
I was going to throw it on you. I can't remember what it was. It was really bad. Yeah, we need to give me a moniker.
Yeah.
I like Sweet Daddy J.
You could keep trying it. I mean...
Nah, I think it's over.
It's over right now.
Yeah. Yep. No more of me introducing the show, Sweet Daddy J. You guys have experienced a moment in history.
Unless you write in or call and demand that he keep it. I mean...
Yeah, that could happen.
If the fans demand it, I say you got to stick with it.
But as of right now, make sure you share this monumental show. Where was the last time I tried?
To be cool.
So what have you been up to?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Yeah, same here. It's going to be an exciting show,
I know, yeah.
We do have things to talk about, too. So. Everybody's like, man, that was a 2-minute episode.
Hey, I've been working on a puzzle.
I kind of wish I'd have done that now. Just ended the show, and then we do the main show, but we put it out on Tuesday, so everybody thinks we just put out a 2-minute show.
Yeah.
Just to make sure everybody knows that I tried.
Yeah.
Well, I have a question from last week's guest to start this show. What's the worst thing that has happened to you in a restaurant?
I guess I just don't have many dining experiences because I can't, bad food, bad service, but I can't think of anything that was like, oh my God, I'll remember this forever.
The worst thing that happened to me, I went out to eat with my dad. It was just me and him. I got a ketchup bottle off the table. I went to shake it up, and the lid wasn't on well, and ketchup went everywhere. Yeah. And my dad still talks about it, even though it happened when I was probably 15.
That's some pretty exciting shit right there, Jason.
Decades of shame. I'm surprised I found a wife.
I am pretty talented at spilling my beverages at speed. The way, like if I get a coffee or a fountain beverage, chances are I'm going to knock it over at the counter and dump it all over.
I'm glad you brought that up because I got an email about a story I talked about with Izzy Rock where I drove away with the gas pump handle still in my car. Mm-hmm. And I said that I would try to talk about that a little more. And guess what? My other guest didn't show up, so we got time. Yeah. It'll make up for the part where he was going to introduce himself to the audience. I was at a gas station. You'll be familiar with this. It was right outside of Robert's. Remember Robert's Furniture Store?
Mm-hmm. I know what you're talking about, yeah.
I went there with a buddy of mine. It was me and my friend Aaron. and it was a full-service station.
Yeah.
One of the few left around at that time. So we were sitting there getting the gas pumped, and I hear the guy tap on the car. And I already prepaid. You had to prepay anyway.
Yeah.
I thought I heard the guy like smack the hood of the top of the car, so I just went to drive off. I'm pretty sure some substances might have been involved. Not quite. But I went to drive off, and I look at those hoses just flopping everywhere. Gas is going, and I stop, and the guy just tells me, he's like yelling to wait, and then he comes up and he pulls the handle out, and I ask what he wants me to do, and he told me to just keep going. So, okay.
But you didn't get all the gas you paid for.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. They're no longer around. I would go out and ask for a refund.
Like, I am owed at least half a gallon that got dumped on the ground when I pulled away.
So I hope that satisfies your thirst for the rest of that story. That might have been shorter than the story that I told the first time. Yeah. But that's pretty much how the whole thing went down. I felt really stupid about that. And I felt really dumb that somebody was there to witness it.
Yeah.
Thankfully, they're dead now.
Thankfully. You've quashed all the talk.
Nobody from here on out will ever know that story.
Except anyone who listens to this podcast.
Damn it.
And me. So I'm next. Oh, God.
My plan failed. I killed my best friend for no reason. And I told the story twice. There wasn't much forethought put into the murder.
Yeah.
I went to Sonic today for the first time in forever. Mm-hmm. And last time I went, I got the $5 boombox, which is a weird thing to call it.
Yeah.
I guess I get it. Sonic and Boom. Mm-hmm. Okay. I just now put that together.
Oh, my God, Jason.
I'm not a big Sonic person.
They shouldn't have to explain their advertising.
Well, I had a bad experience last time because I got the boombox thing, and they fucked my hot dog up.
Oh.
And I thought, never again. 2 weeks later, I go back. And
so never to Jason equals 2 weeks.
Yeah. And for the longest time, I haven't been back. Before that, where they fucked up the
you
box
just said
thing.
2 weeks later you were back. So that's not the longest time. Do we need to establish
Yeah,
what?
I need to go back. Not the best storyteller. For maybe a year or two, I haven't been to Sonic just because when they came to town, it was the first one that we've got around here. And I ate that shit religiously all the time because it was new. I think that's something most people do.
I think they're just all right. Like, if somebody wants to go there, I don't object. But I'm not like, let's go to Sonic. So,
but when something's new in town, everybody sort of flocks there.
Yeah.
You know? I just went there too much, burned myself out. And a couple of weeks ago, I just decided to give it a shot and got the boombox thing. They fucked up my my hot dog. I was pretty upset because that was the big reason I went there. Mm-hmm. And today I thought, well, I'll go back, give them another shot. Izzy Rock is all about peace and love. I'm trying to get that to rub off on me. That motherfucker has the best attitude. I don't know what's wrong with him. We're going to have him back on. We're going to get to the bottom of this. I need to be more like Izzy Rock. Such a positive dude. But I decided, well, I'll go back, see what's up. Go back. Took forever to get my order because the people in front of me. Chick comes out with the tray, brings my food to me, and I pay her, and I just drive off while the person's still at the window. I like that shit.
Yeah.
More companies need to be like that. Or if you're just stuck at the drive-thru, they just come out and bring your shit and get you on your way, man. Mm-hmm. That was nice. So shout out to Sonic. Sponsor the show,
but
please.
They did mess up your hot dog, which is where you were going before you got. It's a good thing.
No, this time everything was fine. 2 weeks ago, they messed up my hot dog. Gave them another shot. Glad I did. Sonic sponsored the show.
See, I have a hard time paying good money for a hot dog. Like, hot dogs are something I have in my refrigerator all the time that I can pull out at any point in time. I'm capable of putting cheese or relish or ketchup or mustard or whatever I have available. Like, I don't need your fancy weird dogs. Like,
see, I never buy hot dogs. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's my problem.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can get 8 of them for $1. I can go pay someone $2 for a hot dog on a bun.
We should start selling hot dogs. Donate to the show. We Don't Have Cookies is going to be in the next Sonic.
But we do have hot dogs.
So fuck off, Sonic. I don't want you sponsoring the show anymore. I'm your competition now. I hate you. We're coming to get you. 5 years from now, I want We Don't Have Cookies to be every Sonic location.
Yes. We only have hot dogs.
Did you see the story where this 4-year-old in Ohio got blown away by the wind?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
That was great. Did you see the video?
Yeah.
That was awesome. Watching the video is so much better than hearing about it because I always passed over the story, and I'm glad that I read it and watched the video. I'm going to have the video on the website. Yeah. It was amazing. She grabs this door handle, and the door just gets caught in the wind, slams her against the house. If you hate kids, it's the best thing in the world.
But if you love kids, she was all right. So
it all works out. No matter what side of the picture on, it's a good time. I don't know why I took the worst possible side.
That's pretty much.
Did you see where some students are protesting the Dalai Lama?
Why? What's their reasoning behind protesting Dalai Lama?
I guess they feel like he's basically a terrorist against China, and he's fucking shit up for him. I don't know. People are protesting everything now. I never thought that I would live in a world where people are like down with the Dalai Lama. He's just like Osama.
I don't understand what's happened to the world in general. Like, even the local donut shop has a sign on it. Like, here we celebrate we say Merry Christmas and we love the U.S. And if you have a problem with it, go somewhere. You sell donuts, all right? I don't need your political statement. You know, the flower shop is pushing health savings accounts on their billboard side. I'm like, what? You're a flower shop. What is wrong with you? I don't need your political opinions.
That's why I got off Facebook. Yeah. I'm just tired of everybody's shit. Mm-hmm. It's too much, man. I don't need your fucking opinion. I really don't.
Facebook, I pretty much try to just keep to just like family stuff, kind of, because I've got everybody on Facebook, and instead of just unfriending everybody, I've just moved all my comedy and political feelings to Twitter. So nice. It's worked out pretty well. And then nobody on Facebook, I just don't tell them I'm on Twitter. So.
And you're on Twitter at Mama Kate Comedy, just in case people want to follow you there.
Yep. I
was getting over Facebook for so long. I don't want to beat this in the ground. I think I talk about this almost every episode. The donut place. Mm-hmm. If that's your thing, you don't need to put a sign on the front door. Just do it, and if somebody gets mad about it, tell them to go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
How about you just do that instead of making some big statement out of it?
Yeah. And potentially alienating half of your customer base, you know?
For no reason.
Yes.
Because if I went to a deli and they wish me a happy Hanukkah, I'd just say thank you and move on.
I know, yeah.
If they put a sign in the store that said, we celebrate Hanukkah, and if you don't like people saying happy Hanukkah, you can just move on. I don't know. I don't think I would go in.
You know, honestly, it really has curtailed my interest in buying donuts from them. And they do make the best donuts. I'm not even going to mention their name because they don't deserve it because of the statements that they make. But, you know, I'm like, well, there's 30 other places to buy donuts too, you know, every gas station, grocery store, not to mention chains, you know, you can buy donuts. I don't have to get them from you.
Yeah, it's weird. Everybody thinks they have to make their stand and make their opinions known, and no one gives a shit.
No.
That's one reason I try really hard not to talk about politics on here, because everybody else is doing it, and the last thing you need is my 2 cents on top of all that. No one gives a fuck. Just, I don't know. I think it's time for us to go to break real quick.
Yep.
But it's also tax time. So if you need help with your taxes, go visit our friends over at Tax Time. Just go to TAXTYME.com.
There have been a lot of songs written about love. There have been a lot of songs written in hatred and in spite. But there's never been a song written about how cute I think Asian babies are. And who better to write and sing this song than the one who thinks they're so fascinatingly, adorably cute? Enjoy.
way I dress. But every time I approach, the parents get so upset, and they won't let me play with that baby. Do I have to steal one? Well, they seem to be always smiling, and their skin, it seems so soft. Want to look into their eyes and get back all the hope I lost. But no one will let me play with their Asian baby. Tell me this! Why won't you let me play with your Asian baby? Why won't you let me play with your Asian baby? Soft little Asian baby, I want to play with your baby. I think you have a special baby. I want to play with your baby. I think I have one more thing to say. I deserve an Asian baby from Korea or Japan. I swear I've been a good boy, just put it in my hands. But no one will let me play with their Asian baby. Baby, baby, shankaranka danta Asian baby. Baby, baby, shankaranka Asian baby. Baby, baby, shankaranka Asian baby. Baby, baby.
Hi, I'm David Brigg. You might know me from these ads. I'm here today to talk to you people about money. Money? I'd like some more. That's where you good people come in today. I would like you to give me your money for charity. What am I going to do with it? I don't know. I don't really have a big plan yet. I might pursue a dream. I might just give it to another charity. Hell, I might give it back to you. I probably would just use it to buy food. That would be nice for you people. It'd be like taking me out to dinner, but you don't actually have to see me. That's got to be great. The money I do have now, I keep in a mattress. So if you gave me some more, I'd make the mattress more comfortable, and that'd be cool. Anyway, thank you, and have a good day.
Want to contact the show? Send an email to jason@wedon'thavecookies.com.
You can also call 929-266-9342. And just to let you know that we are on a great new popular app called CastBox. The one covered wide range of well-categorized selections for your taste together with best using experience ever. That's how it was written.
That didn't make any sense.
That's what's here. Search CastBox, CASTBOX on Google Play. You can enjoy our episodes even better with their customized play control. CastBox recently carried out the new and free podcast service for anyone who would like to manage a podcast. 4 simple steps to start from the button on the top of the sidebar. There is a share one friend, get 3 months ad-free campaign from Invite Friends Too. Featured in 135 countries by Google Play, CastBox will make every day full of joy for sure. No laughing. Hopefully I'll have Choo Choo Stew from England on here soon, because I have a lot of questions for that guy about some stuff going on over there. That leads us to the next story. There were rabbit holes in a guy's farm over in England that led to 700-year-old caves.
I saw that.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
I don't know what I would do. I would be ecstatic, though. Because that's pretty badass. I guess they were like used by Templars and shit.
Yeah, that's what they thought they were from the Knights of Templar.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That it is crazy. I like to watch a show called Expedition Unknown, where basically this guy he acts like he's an he is an archaeologist, but he shows up on these sites that they're already excavating. He's not discovering this stuff. These people are clearly already in progress. But it's, different archaeological things that they find. And I was thinking about it last night as I was watching this, and it was a rerun about Christopher Columbus. And I'm like, we act like the history of the United States started with Christopher Columbus. First of all, he never stepped foot on North America. He did not discover North America. But we act like it starts, in the 1600s, 1500s, when settlers were first coming over here. But there's entire cultures that have been here for thousands of years.
Yeah.
The
Canadians.
That we came in and destroyed, but yet we're like, ooh, this is the founder of everything, the beginning of our world. Like, it really is a winner's write the history.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right about that, because that is one of the things you hear the most about is just what happened after we got here.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there was, nothing else going on.
I guess there just aren't enough Native Americans really to tell the stories anymore.
Yeah.
Because now you can share all that stuff easily. And before, it just kind of, a lot of stuff was written down, but a lot of that stuff was just told too. Because,
a lot of oral folklore that's gone.
My grandfather on my mom's side had a lot of Native American roots. And I remember, hearing stories about people that he talked to. All that shit's gone now.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm still confused by Canada. How we came over here and just took everything. And we had this manifest destiny where we were going to go from one sea to the other.
Yeah.
And everything in between these two oceans, that's ours. And we just let this whole other country come up right above us. It's just really weird.
I think it basically I think it was kind of a national division, a way of splitting it up between France, England, and Spain. Early Spain controlled Mexico and Texas for a long time. And then we're kind of like, okay, well, we'll let the French have Quebec and the Northern Territories. And then England and France continued to fight it out over Canada, and England won. They're still part of the Queen's, Her Majesty's nation. But
are they?
Yeah. She's on their money.
I'm going to have to add that to my list of things to talk to Choo Choo's too.
Yeah, she's on the Canadian currency. I mean, they're their own country, but
I had no idea. I mean, I believe the money thing because I'm pretty sure I've seen that. I just never really thought about it very much.
Canada, Australia, and New Zealand are, however, still lightly connected to the UK through the British Commonwealth. All the Commonwealth nations share the same Queen as head of state, and they each still have Governor General who represents the Queen in those countries. Okay. There you go.
Asked and answered.
I love Google. You can just learn about anything you want, any question I have. I don't even know why the kids talk to me anymore. They ask me questions. I'm like, what? Go Google it. Why are you even talking to me?
I have two questions about the United States. Mm-hmm. They really bother me. And one is there's no East anything as far as states go. There's a North Dakota, South Dakota.
Yeah, that's true.
North Carolina, South Carolina. There's a West Virginia.
But there's no East. No. There's no East Virginia.
It's very bizarre. And there's no state that starts with the letter E. There's a state that starts with the letter U. And U's not used as much as E. So what happened there? We dropped the ball. I think what we should do is just take one of the North or South states.
And give them a new name. I mean, really.
Estonia. Ooh, two birds, one stone.
I think it comes down to the Civil War. Like, the Civil War divided people between North and South. There wasn't really an East-West conflict that needed to be sorted out.
One of the Dakotas, you're now... You're now going to just be East Wisconsin.
East Wisconsin.
Sure, it's on the west side of it.
Nobody needs to know that. Fuck geography. We're America. If there's anything we know, is that we don't need to know shit about anywhere else.
You know what? Let's turn one of the Dakotas into West Wisconsin and make Wisconsin East Wisconsin.
Because what we need is two Wisconsins.
Yeah. We need two Wisconsins more than we need two Dakotas.
Do we really need any Dakotas? I mean, I don't know that much, so I don't really know what they're doing for us other than...
Dakota Fanning.
I don't think she counts as a Dakota product. It's like every kid named Peyton didn't come from Peyton Manning. You can't connect those dots.
A lot of Georges came from George Foreman.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, that really does cut down on having to remember your kids' names when they're all just named George.
I remember when... I don't want to talk about that. I'll tell you that off the air. Yeah, if I found those tunnels or the caves, though, oh my God, that would be awesome. That would be the best stoner lair ever, too.
Yeah.
Because you could just walk down there, get high, just pretend.
Yeah. Well, there's some kid that lives around there, and he's like, I've been hiding from me mom in these caves forever.
Yeah, that's some weird Alice in Wonderland shit where you just go down a rabbit hole and this whole new world. I also wonder whatever happened to Mike Ookies. Remember the guy who used to call into the show? I love that guy. I haven't heard from him in a long time.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I hope he's doing okay.
I hope he's working on some new cookie recipes.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're out there, call into the show, man. We miss hearing from you. And at the very least, I hope everything's fine.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're still listening to the show, and even if things aren't fine, you're just in your hospital room.
Listening. He's in traction. He doesn't have any control of his arms, and he's just like, I wish I could type or text or call.
Going in and out of comas.
He's tortured.
Checking for the latest episodes.
Yes, I'm sure that is what happened to him, because why else would he give up on this? I mean, there are people banging down the damn door to not show up at the show.
I think the person who didn't show up today just got lost, and they're probably out there somewhere. I think I'll hear from them very soon once the show's over and they get back to where they're going. I don't think they have a smartphone. I think that was the downfall. I really do. I think they're probably just driving around the country.
Aimlessly.
I don't even think they're looking for my house anymore. They're just looking to figure out how to get back to any type of civilization.
That's true. That's true. Or they were afraid you were going to rape them. I mean, that could be it too.
Are we going to get into that? Okay. What happened was the person who was supposed to be here today was somebody that I've never spoken to before, but they were recommended by somebody that I like. I have no problem with that, and we're doing a lot of shows now, so why not just bring somebody on? They wanted to come on to promote their comedy career, and they're doing a gay dating site.
Yeah, which I have to question someone who's running a gay dating website who does not have a smartphone. That seems it seems like they should be up to date on all the latest technological advances if you're going to run a website. But maybe, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
And maybe I'm wrong about him not having a smartphone. Maybe he's got a smartphone, he just doesn't have Messenger.
Or maybe he just didn't want to come because he doesn't like you and he's afraid you're going to rape him.
But because I've never talked to the guy before, I thought that I would have Mama Kate here just, as a little buffer in case we don't hit it off very well or there's a lull in the conversation.
Yeah.
Right before the show, my wife asked who's going to be on the show today. And I told her that you were coming at the time you were supposed to be here and that he was going to be here and you were going to stick around for the show. And she knows I normally don't have two guests on at once just because, for one, it's an editing nightmare. If I have to edit something out and the bleed over and somebody's going to be knocking shit around, it's just, it's just easier. I told her that the guy was coming over was gay and that I wanted you here to make sure I don't get raped.
Yeah.
I said, that's how it happens. It's like vampires. They go around raping people, so they turn them like, I want to fuck your butt.
I guess that's why vampires are always male.
Exactly. You never see any
because
female
they're
vampires.
gay vampires, so they're not interested in fucking female butts. I mean, I guess maybe if they were desperate, it's the only butts available, but top choice. They're not coming for us ladies.
I've never seen Twilight, though. I got a feeling somebody's gonna debunk that. Like, well, if you've seen Twilight, I don't even know how I remembered Twilight was a thing. That was a long time ago.
I am surprised because, you're Jason and you're pretty oblivious to...
Which leads us to this week's Dumbass of the Year.
Oh.
Yeah, it's that time already. It was an Arkansas college student who juggled to prove his sobriety to the police. Now, when I read that, my initial thought was, that kind of proves you're not in the right place. They're just like, hold on, let me... I am not drunk. If I was drunk, I couldn't do this.
Yeah.
It's just clown music going on in the background. But what actually happened, he has vanity plates that says juggler on it.
Okay.
And when they pulled him over, they got him out to do the sobriety test because apparently he was driving too slow. When they get him out, they ask what's in his pocket, and he breaks out this juggling shit, and they ask him to juggle for him, and he does. And it was the cop's idea to have the guy juggle. And the cop was very amused and let him go. Said he was sober.
Yeah.
And apparently the guy's a magician, too. That came up during the conversation with the police. Who knows? Maybe I'll try to get that guy on the show, because that sounds like a pretty crazy story where a policeman's just asking you to start juggling for him. I don't know if that would work if you just had Dancer on the back of the car. They pull you over just to make sure that you're not drunk. You just break out your tap shoes.
Or if you're like CPA on your license plate, they're like, do my taxes. Show me you're not drunk. You didn't even claim my child tax credit. You are clearly intoxicated. Off to jail.
You got any good police stories?
Because
we went over the one with your brother.
Yeah. That's pretty much... I got pulled over in Detroit for driving too fast under the conditions. I was going the speed limit, and it was like 2 a.m. because we'd just come out of a show. I was driving the speed limit, but it was raining. So they pulled me over for driving too fast for the conditions. Because apparently people in Michigan get freaked out when it rains.
I've never heard of that, where if it's raining, you have to go slower than the speed limit?
Yeah, so I think that was just their bullshit reason for pulling me over. Then they ran all my stuff, and I didn't have anything. So they let me go with a warning. Like, okay, thank you. I mean, in Ohio, we're pretty used to driving in the rain. It doesn't really warrant, like, warnings and special weather statements.
That's really weird.
Yeah.
I've never gotten pulled over for going too slow, I don't think.
I think it was racial profiling because I was a white woman driving in Detroit at 2 a.m. So I was pulled over by 2 black cops. So I think they were wondering what the fuck I was doing in Detroit at 2 a.m.
I can see that. Well, this was going to be a major part of what the guest who wasn't able to be here today was going to do. I'm going to ask if you had anything you wanted to plug.
Skate Date website. They have a whole page for people who like to plug things.
I wish I would have written it down so I could at least plug it for him, but the more I say that, just
I'm sure he wouldn't object to you plugging it for him. Or he might. I don't know.
I don't see how he could. I told my daughter that, see, she went to Ohio State, and she's not allowed to have her car there her freshman year. Mm-hmm. So I've been driving her car, and I told her that I get all these confused looks now because people drive by, they think it's her and go to wave, and they're like, oh, shit, it's a smoking hot guy. Not her. And she thinks that's hilarious. Yeah, she loves my jokes.
Yeah, as most teenage daughters generally do. They're very, very impressed with the dad humor.
I'm trying to find it for the guy, because I really do think he probably had the best of intentions being here. I think he just got lost. And who knows, maybe we'll have him back on the show here sometime. You know what? All I got is his email. I'll give you guys his email address. You can email him, and he'll tell you.
Too bad you don't have his home phone number you could give out.
That'd be super easy. Can you imagine if he was listening to the shows and just leading up to that?
Yeah,
like, wait, no,
no, don't do that.
I'm just fucking with you. No link. Sorry, guy. I tried to help you out. I don't know. Send it to me. I'll put it in the next show, I guess. Or maybe you can be here next time. That's all we got for you this week. The show's really grown a lot in the UK, Ireland, and California. I want to thank you guys for spreading the word, and hopefully everybody else will take their lead, because it's pretty noticeable. just wanted to make sure you guys know that I've seen that. I really appreciate it. Keep up the good work. If you want to get a hold of me, send me an email, jason@wedon'thavecookies.com, or you can call 929-266-9342. Leave a voicemail, and we'll talk to you Thursday.
Thanks for listening. Tell your friends about the show and leave a review.
We only have hot dogs.
Back when I was a young boy, I thanked my mom and dad for giving me a name I thought was cool, the name of Chad. Everyone else's name seemed so plain and kinda lame, but nowadays the name Chad makes me feel a bit ashamed, because most Chads are douchebags. They're douchebags with really big egos who go to bars just to party with their bros. Many of them like to frost their hair tips blonde, hitting up clubs, getting fucked up off Jaeger bombs. Jaeger bombs. Mom and Dad, listen up now. I would have been fine with Chris or Jeff or John, but Chad doesn't fit, cause I don't tan at salons, I don't have big muscles, I don't wear Armani, my favorite foods are not protein and pussy. Oh yeah, dude, I eat that shit fucking breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's practically a fucking food group. Right, Lance? Another thing about my name that makes me feel sick, everyone always asks, can I call you Chadwick? And I don't think it's funny at all, I just think it's sad when people think they're so hilarious and ask, was it the Chad? That joke wasn't funny to begin with. It's kinda cool that there's a country named Chad, but even all the shit that happens there is bad. All you future parents, I hope you realize, if you name your son Chad, he might be like these guys. Let's start with the easy one, shall we? Chad Michael Murray, yep, verified D-bag. Wide receiver Chad Johnson, Ocho Cinco. The all-tell guy, okay, he's not really that douchey, but he's kind of a geek, and that's not helping out. And let's not forget the douchiest of them all, shall we? Lead singer and professional Jesus Christ impersonator, never made it as a wise man. I couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing. I should be the spokesman for a Miller Lite commercial. Let's go get into a bar fight, cause I'm fucking Chad. No matter what I'm singing, I always sound bad. I'm telling you, I'm not one of those douchebags. My best insult is not calling my best friends bags. If I hear one more joke about a hanging Chad, tomorrow night you might find a real hanging Chad.
Martin Luther King wasn't You want to battle with? See who's a better pacifist? I fought the caste system, but you still cannot touch this. Slumdog Skillionaire, first name Messiah. Rap so hot, I spit yoga fire. Everything you preach, I said it first. You should jot down these words, plagiarize my whole verse. Leave your thoughts on the door, like the real Martin Luther. I'm not thinking you shall overcome this, Junior.
I'm the king of civil rights, from the city to suburbia. No shoes, no shirt, but I'm still gonna serve ya. Make you swallow your words so you can break the fast. And thank God Almighty you can eat at last. I admire the way you broke the British power, but I have a dream that one day you'll take a shower. Like the H in your name, you ought to remain silent. Flatten your style like bread, non-violent.
You would know about bread, Dr. Burning ham sandwich. Boycott those grits, sit in with some spinach. With Protestant women, the same advice goes. Always stay away from the holes.
I've got so much street cred, they write my name on the sides. I'd bring you for tech support, but I got a Nobel Prize. Nigga, we got more beef than one of your sacred cows, but I'm about to forgive you so hard right now.
I am passively resisting the fact that you suck. I am celibate because I don't give a fuck.
Hold on! Who's that? Yoga-san!
oh.